Well, GM, G to the M. Great morning, my friends, DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back, and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. Woo! Wow! It's a hump day, and I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, my friends, if you don't know, you won't know, so let me be the first to let you know it is a wonderful Wednesday morning, December the 18th, 2024, episode 632 of this show, and I hope you're ready to wake up like never before, because, my friends, we got more motivation, more inspiration, more conversation, and more good vibrations coming your way for the next hour to hour and a half or so than you're going to know what to do with all day, baby. But before we dive in, before we get that energy, frequency, and vibration going on this show, we must humbly ask, each and every one of you to do a few things. If you can find it in that big old heart of yours thumping in between your chest this morning and you haven't done so already, maybe you could take a quick moment to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently adjusting the Forge Fuel podcast on. If you're watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, maybe you can go ahead and hit that little like button right down there as well and help the algo go and flow on the old tube of the U variety. If you're watching this morning's program on Rumble, maybe hit a subscribe, hit a notification bell, and hit a like button over there as well. Or if you're tuning into this morning's program on X, maybe that's your viewing platform of choice. Well, then hit a like, hit a repost, hit a quote post. Let the people know on the X timeline why you're tuned in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least, if you are listening to this show on your favorite podcast directory like Apple, Spotify, or maybe even Amazon Music, could you please hit that follow button right now? Or maybe leave us a 5-star rating. Or honestly, just smash the hell out of whatever buttons are currently located on your screen, because it only helps me and the rest of the team grow this show and all the shows that fall under the DHMG umbrella, baby. As for all you beautiful humming beings out there locked in, tapped in, tuned in live in prime time to episode 632, or maybe watching the recording and have already hit those buttons, we can't thank you enough. But maybe you're still sitting there thinking, why should I do that? Why should I smash a subscribe? Why should I hit a like? Why should I hit a repost?
Don't be rude.
Well, as 45 and 47 just told you, don't be rude. Be a nice humming bean. Be kind. Start your day with a little bit of kindness. And also, maybe this show makes you laugh. Maybe this show makes you cry. Maybe this show makes you think. Maybe this show makes you go, I never thought of it that way before. That's some pretty good perspective. Well, if so, don't be a host, share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, let somebody know, and we will proceed with this morning's program. My friends, clearly I'm hyped up. Clearly I'm ready to rock and roll. 8 minutes after the top of the hour, and you've heard some soundboards. You've heard some sounds, some noises coming out from behind parts unknown.
Oh, yeah!
That must mean, and Mr. Oh Yeah himself, Macho Man Randy Savage, might be on the thumbnail of today's episode. Who's to say, who's to know? But obviously, Mr. Producer, Derek, D-E-E-Z-Y, Deezy Snow in the building, my friends, ready to go. And there's another guy back there in the green room that I see, who I believe is ready to rock and roll too. A downright dog who is our traveling man, and recently just completed a mission and is now into some missions in a foreign land, not at his HQ, live from parts unknown. My friends, please get on your feet and put your hands together for the man joining us now, who is the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club. The lead pro on the GACC greens, if you will.
What?
He is a professional DJ. Hey, DZ, that first one, hit a rewind real. Hit me with that rewind. I didn't like that. Hit me with that rewind. He is the founder and owner of the Grandpa Ape Country Club.
What?
The lead pro on the GACC greens, if you will.
What?
A professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog. If you ever get an opportunity to look through it, you say, by golly goodness, that's in there, that's in there. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Holy shit, are you a human iPod?
What?
A purveyor of positive vibes.
What?
Curator of high-level energies.
What?
Certified peace, love, and positivity pusher.
What?
Always shining so damn bright you don't know what time of day it is when he's around.
What?
Helping you turn those frowns upside down.
What?
The jet plane flying.
What?
McLaren driving.
What?
Rolex rocking.
What?
Jesus peace dangling.
What?
The certified gearhead.
What?
President of St. Louis, Missouri.
What?
For only a few short more weeks.
Oh, yeah!
Sweet James Jones himself.
What?
About to come to the Windy City, the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, with an emphasis on the one. He
What?
DJ Swirl One.
Rainbow
One. Welcome to episode 632. How do you do?
Man, what an intro. I felt pretty important this morning, especially
Hey.
after the rewind. More impact after the rewind. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I had the right energy there first.
Yeah,
Well, I
bring
needed
it from the diaphragm, bro.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah. Say it with chest. Peel his muffin cap back blue.
Shout out to everybody. It's hump day, if you didn't already know. And I'm up. It is absolutely cold where I'm at. Yes, I'm back in the great state of North Dakota. I didn't think I was going to be down here.
About to say, is that a Fargo hotel room I see right there? Oh, boy.
Yeah, it sure is. And from what I understand now, I'm going to go ahead and cross all my fingers, right? Are
you an alien, bro?
Did you see that?
You did that way too fucking easy, dude.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm just telling you, cross all your fingers. Yeah, that's pretty.
I'm with you, dude.
I wonder how I do that.
That's fucked. You're an alien. He's an alien. I found one. FBI. I found one.
So it's cold outside. I have a feeling this is the last time I might ever come to North Dakota. Oh, the entire last time. I mean, completely last time. So, yes, that's pretty damn exciting right there. Let me tell you. Not that North Dakota folks are bad, but I just can't get down with your weather. I'm not in on the weather. I don't like what you guys do up here. I don't know how you could say, oh, we love it here. Oh, don't you know? Oh, I don't know at all. Let me tell you. However, you know what I do know about? This right here will keep you going. Some water. Get you some water. I've already been drinking mine. As you can see, I'm almost done. I've got another bottle over here if I need it. Also, I have my Marriott coffee here, which it's the room coffee. This stuff's pretty strong here, actually, though. This stuff, real quick. You'd be like, oh, man, okay, I'm up. I'm ready. Oh, yeah, I got you.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Ah, that was outstanding, man. This is a really good cup of Joe today. I'm just going to tell you. I'm ready for today's show. It's Wednesday, and I'm ready, baby. Because we got 2 more days this week. We got Christmas in less than a week. Oh my gosh, where did the time go? Wow, do you realize how close 2025 is? And you said it yourself. I'm going to be going to the Windy City here very soon. As a matter of fact, I got to answer a bunch of emails today that has to do with that. So, but other than that, I'm good for now. I'm ready to rock. I shall yield the floor, sir, and you can have it back.
Well, hey, man, I mean, don't be yielding too far away. You know, I
no,
need you over the next hour or so here. Who's to say, who's to know? However, you know, Swirl One, I've been a little productive the last few days. You know, I've been making some clips. I've been making some videos. I've been active on the timeline, new things, new content, gateways popping. I mean, things are going real good right now. I'm feeling real good.
You know, some feathers last night too.
Oh yeah. You know, I felt like, you know, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, we can open a little banner. Why not? You know, I just ain't got time for the bullcaca no more. Not when me and you show up consistently every single day. Not when me and you show our face on this screen every day. Not when we show up every moment trying to make both of our companies better. Not when we have conversations hours long trying to debate and discuss what we could do to make these things go and make as much impact and change in this life as we possibly can. No, sir, I will not sit back and watch somebody unnecessarily give me a laughing emoji when all I did was just post something. You know, I was just, oh, wow, I haven't seen that guy for a long time. That's interesting. Let me just throw that underneath there, whatever. I was not in the For You. I was in the following last night on X. I was just trying some different shit with the algorithm. And then all of a sudden, some jagaloons come out of the woodwork and decide that they're going to laugh at my comment and start posting GIFs. And one of them just happened to be rocking a D-Gen tune. And I said, you laughing at me? Oh. You're laughing at me with the D-Gen tune right there? What happened to your founders? How's that podcast going on? Wait, what about his daddy that was supporting him? Or better yet, what about his daddy's best friend that works for him that invested over $2.5 million in the company and then ended up just leaving and starting his own project that ended up being a rug, and everything's a rug now? What do you guys do besides just sit in the VC and watch cartoons? Oh, no response? Oh, I'm sorry. And then the original creator. No, the original creator. That was the original creator. My response was to somebody else. The original creator. and says, "Daddy, chill." Oh, the truth hurts, does it? Oh, being real hurts right in the soul, does it? Oh, guess what? I've been saying it for the last 2.5 years since all you slap dicks and fuck sticks left Web3, ditched us all, smacked me in the mouth, go to the door show, look at all the names. I could put them on blast for this entire show as Swirl One sips his tea over there. I have no need to do that. But if you intentionally step on my toes and try to belittle what I'm building over here, when I don't fuck with nobody, I don't start no drama, I don't create no shit for yo mama, I will blast yo shit so far through the floor, you're gonna wish you wouldn't have crawled up out of the fucking dirt, you fucking worm. So, that was just my thoughts right there.
How do you really feel, though? I mean,
can't stand those fucking nerds and birds and Swirl One, bro. I fucking hate those sons of bitches,
wait,
dude.
what?
Oh my gosh.
I get sick of the shillers on there too, you know, and I only shill one thing, and it's only because I believe in it, grandpas. Diamond hands and grandpas. I don't believe in anything else. I saw C. Casa at the TSA yesterday.
Oh, shout out C. Casa.
I said hi to him, and I didn't know if I could like say hi because he had like somebody next to him. I was like, that could be his boss. Let me just give him one of these, you know. And then I went through the little carousel and went on the other side. And all of a sudden I looked next to me. He's standing right next to me. He goes, "How you feeling about the bear and the bull now?" And I said, "I feel pretty good about it." He's like, "I was buying during the bear. How about you?" I said, "Yeah, me too." He's like, "Yeah, I was going to buy one of those other 8 project, the big one." He goes, "I just can't see doing that." I said, "Yeah, it's a lot of money to spend for somebody that doesn't do very much things." He goes, "You're right. They don't do very much." I'm like, just like a lot of those projects out there. And he goes, "You're right on that." So shout out to C. Casa, because there's people out there that understand these guys ain't doing nothing. They're just front.
Yeah, 99% of the projects anybody left really is. And, you know, 99% of people are just front. That's all they're doing. They're just trying to put on a mask and be something they're not. You know, a couple of days here now removed from the Phone Booth podcast. And, you know, I just sit back and think like, man, now people have really had an opportunity to see that we don't change no matter the show, no matter the location, no matter where we're at. We bring this heat.
I mean, I'm always in different locations, still the same guy.
Still the same damn guy, right? Who's to say, who's to know? But man, hey, you know, hey, a little tight around the collar. Right? Just in case you saw that, just in case somebody saw that time. Whoa, Cap was mad. No, I wasn't mad. I just had to speak the truth to a big dumb dipshit. However, you know, maybe you're a little, whoa, Cap, I didn't think you were going to start all that crazy, you know, and whoa, what's going on? Hey, you know, just a little banter. It's all right. So maybe you need a little shift, a little flip of the coin, if you will. So how about, speaking of clowns, it being time for our morning laugh. Time for a little, little funny, ha-ha, a little chuckle. And, you know, maybe you go to the circus and you see a clown, continuing to speak about clowns here. And maybe sometimes at the circus there might also be a little sideshow. Maybe there's a magician. Huh? You know, a little magician. He's got a big old top hat on and pulling flowers and rabbits. What?
Magic wand?
Oh, a little magic wand. Yeah, you know, maybe he taps it on there and boom, out comes a bunch of flowers out of his hat, or, you know, a nice tuxedo. You know the guy I'm talking about, the magician. Well, I tell you what, I was scrolling through the old Facebook feed a couple days back, and I seen the best magic trick I have ever seen with my own 2 eyes, and I'm liable to go out on Friday night and try it out myself. So, boys, gentlemen, fellas, this one's for you. The greatest magic trick.
$5 that I can make your boobs wiggle without touching them.
All right, let's see it.
All right, hold on here. I'm not. Ah, screw it. It's only $5. I bet you.
Look how confident he is.
$5.
Okay, let's see it.
That I can make your boobs wiggle without touching them.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, I can't even hate it.
All right, hold on here. I'm not. Ah, screw it. It's only $5.
And she's like this.
You son of a bitch. Oh, you know that's what she said, right?
Hey, But let me tell you this: the fact that she'll let you do that for $5, I'd be surprised what she would do for 10.
Hey-o. So, fellas, you know, when you get home from work tonight, you got a significant other, you know, hey, it's hump day. It's a Wednesday, whiskey Wednesday. Maybe you go to the bar. There's a hottie you see there you like. You can't think of a pickup line. You go over, you slap a 5 on the table. You say, baby, I bet I can make those boobies bounce for $5. Every single one of them will look at you and say, okay, let's see it.
Hey,
Target at $5.
So I have a bar trick like that works for women. And it's one of those when you see me do it in front of you, everybody's gonna be like, what the hell? How did he just do that? And it blows their minds, and it'll start a conversation that fast. Great stuff. So I will have to demonstrate said process in some social establishment in the near future.
Looking forward to it. All right. Hey, well, now, boys, fellas, gentlemen. Sorry, ladies. I know some ladies laughed at that one.
Hey,
but
that was funny, and you would have laughed if you were a lady in that.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. That was funny, but that's
but
just.
You better take your $5.
Yeah, you know, hey, take $5 and run for the hills. Who's to say? Who's to know? But here's your best magic trick that I've ever seen in my entire life. Nothing better. Boy, oh boy. Outside of that about wraps up the opening banter. Nice little morning laugh. 22 minutes after the top of the hour.
Only
So,
$5, bro.
whoo, it's only $5.
It's only $5.
Only $5.
I'll buy that for $1.
I mean, jeepers creepers. Yeah, you just go out with $100. I mean, you touch boobies all night. I mean, jeepers creepers. I mean, whoo! All right, before this show goes,
no wonder our core audience is a bunch of people, dudes from 18 to 35.
Oh yeah!
I saw this.
We do love you. Ladies, we love you.
We love you, ladies. I promise.
We could be here without you.
You are our favorite. Oh, you're absolutely.
Spicy meatball.
You're absolutely our favorites, but you know we cater to the target audience. You know who's to say, who's to know. But my friends, first of all, if you got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul over the course of this show, maybe you want to get involved in the convo yourself. Maybe you got a question based on something we're talking about. Feel free to jump in the live chat, whether you're on YouTube, X, or Rumble. They're all wide open. You can dive in and we'll see it live on the screen. And we'll pop it up on the last segment of the day, Answers from the Anvil. So don't worry about if you drop it early. Oh, they might not see it, or if we didn't comment on it. No, we'll make sure we pull it up at the end of the show. But for right now, my friends, as you guys get those X fingers nice and loose so you can be commenting like crazy and reposting and liking and sharing, and also, you know, getting them fingers loose so you can be taking your notes one time, and maybe a red pen and a black pen just in case you need to do a little underline, and maybe even a highlighter. I don't know. However you keep track of the knowledge and insights about to come your way, because we are officially open for the day. It's open season here at episode 632, and we are ready to fillet those obstacles, those trials, those tribulations, those losses, those failures, and help you get to mindset to realizing that ain't none of those things real, and it all comes down to how you feel. Oh, I'm a poet now. You really know it. I'm flowing this morning. Can't wait. Ready to rock and roll. It's time for your sharpening session. Alrighty then, my friends. Back here live in prime time on episode 632 of Forge and Fuel. December the 18th, 2024, and your opening segment of the day,
December 18th.
Holy shit. Your sharpening session on December 18th. How about that? Huh? That's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Who's to say, who's to know? Who's to say, who's to know? But what I do know, my friends, is I got some interesting thoughts to kick us off on this show. You know, yesterday I was making some clips. Well, first of all, let me back up for a moment. If you didn't look at the title of the show, you don't know how we're beginning, but I don't know how you wouldn't have. I mean, there was a big old picture of Macho Man Randy Savage, and you're over there having a conversation while the most important man in the world is standing right here. I got the Intercontinental title, and it's like I don't even exist. What are you doing? Listen up.
This belt
Oh,
right
yeah.
One of my favorites.
Remember when
of
he
all
used to
time.
do that? Oh, buddy.
Love me some Macho Man Randy
Me too.
Savage.
Hey, shout out Elizabeth too.
Rises to the top.
Was it Elizabeth? It was Elizabeth.
Yeah, and then when he would have the interviews and the interviewer would start talking with Elizabeth, he'd be, what's going on here? You guys are having this conversation, and the most important man in the world standing right here.
Glasses.
Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, gosh, I love me. All right, well, we ain't talking about no Macho Man Randy Savage, but maybe we do. I don't know. This morning, we're kicking it off with a little conversation on, are you man enough? Or are you man enough? Because, again, we love you, ladies, but are you man enough? And I tell you, last few days, I've been making a bunch of clips, going back through our previous shows, whether it be Decoding the Divide, Forging Fuel, something here, there, everywhere in between. I just been making clips left, right, and center. I got a stockpile. Wait till you see some of these things. You go, oh, man, I forgot. Oh, shit. See, you swore away. You'd be like, damn, I forgot we were talking about that. Oh, that's fire. I've been losing my brain making these clips the last few days. And if you guys don't remember, about 2 weeks ago, Swirl One was partying in Miami while we were working hard here on the show. Who's to say, who's to know? And, you know, we had a couple of guests on at the end of the week. We had Tyler Kelly on Thursday, and then we had David Rico on Friday. And when I was editing David's video, I forgot about something that he said. And when I edited it and I clipped it out, I sat back and I just watched it like 10 times on loop. And it's a really, 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 really powerful quote. And it's a quote that I'm going to start off with this morning. Are you man enough to clean your own baggage? Are you man enough to clean your own baggage? And the more I sat back and thought about that quote, I realized that's what it all comes down to. The reason why most young cats, gals, men, women don't find success is because they just keep stuffing that baggage down. They keep stuffing those skeletons in the closet back in the closet instead of, I'm sorry, mama, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. When was the last time you cleaned out that closet? Huh, Slim Shady? You just out there bebopping around like you own the world, but you go home and take off that skull cap and shit be falling out of your closet. Maybe it's relationships. Maybe you haven't healed from that past girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, whatever it might be. Husband, wife. Maybe even a friend. Maybe you're struggling with a past friend that you know maybe isn't the best for you. You know maybe you don't have as many commonalities as you used to. And you know you guys still love each other, but you just don't click. And you know you just can't have that same relationship. And you haven't taken the time to heal and realize why it creates so much pain. You haven't taken the time to pull that skeleton out of the closet and say, why did this thing go bad? What was my part in this? I was part of the relationship. Most people will continue, oh, he was a fucking dick. Oh, she was a fucking whore. And then run to the bar and hop on another dick or go find another whore. Sorry to be graphic, but what are we doing? We're not working on ourselves. We're just bouncing and talking shit about other people instead of saying, what's my responsibility? That's where it changed for me. I was a bouncer here, there, and everywhere. And after my last relationship, I said, I can't do this no more. I can't run the streets and go to VIP and chase this ass and this tail and end up here and there. And no, I'm not doing this anymore. I have no time for this shit. Nowadays, I need more than eye candy. I need soul food. Shout out Russ. I need somebody who's really going to be there for me, who's really going to understand the type of things that I discuss and is deeper than a bucket of water. But I also realized that I had a part in that relationship. I also realized that I had a terrible temper. I also realized that I couldn't control my emotions. I realized that maybe I had the money and the ability to provide more than I do now, but I have more of a path than I did then. And I had no ability to be a strong, stoic man then, which I do now. So in order to become it, I had to lose it all, which is exactly what I was talking about only a few days ago. And I had to throw that skeleton out of the closet or else it would have just kept getting worse. And I just talked about it, but your inability to control your emotions. I feel like that's the core for a lot of people, whether it's anger, fear, depression, anxiety, worry, you name it. All that shit is emotions. All that is your brain controlling you. All that is your brain trying to tell you how you feel. The most classic one is anger. And it's funny, the louder you see somebody get, the angrier you see somebody get, the more they're compensating because they know they're in the wrong. The more they're compensating because their life is missing something. The more they're compensating because they know there's a massive skeleton in the closet. The luggage is piling up in the suitcase. They can barely close the baggage to get it on the tin can to go get to the next foreign land to go complete the next mission. Better yet, they can't even seal down the baggage. They just leave it in the fucking closet and don't even take the trip. Maybe it's addictions. Whether it's drugs, booze, porn, fucking Netflix, social media, fucking, pills. You name it. There's so many addictions out there right now. Shit, you can even get addicted to the gym. You can even get addicted to being fucking way too in the gym and there 3-4 times a day and all around, and all of a sudden your whole life's revolving around the gym and you're not completing anything else. And this schedule that you've created of being healthy is now taken away from your health in so many other areas of your life. You can get addicted, everything in moderation. And man, these addictions, they're so easy to stuff down and not talk about and not tell anyone. And man, that's something that you can't do. Are you man enough to look at that baggage? Or are you just going to keep picking up that bottle? You're going to keep going to Pornhub. You're going to keep fucking rolling up the doobie. Well, I'm going to keep rolling up the doobie. You're going to keep taking the fucking Xanax. That was something I used to do a lot. I don't do that anymore. I've kicked those things to the curb because I was man enough to clean my own baggage and say, I don't like who I am when I'm on these things. I don't like who I am when I'm addicted to these things. I don't like who I am when I'm surrounded with these people. I don't like who I am when I can't control my emotions. So if I don't like who I am, that must mean other people don't like who I am. So I better get to fixing myself before somebody else tries to fix me in the wrong way. And you know what's interesting? I'll leave you guys with this. We don't think about any of that baggage. We just toody-looty-looty-loo skip through life. We don't think about the half-ass efforts we've put in, the inabilities, the suitcases full of luggage, the baggage, the skeletons piled all the way to the top of the closet. The baggage we've collected until we start to compare our lives to others, until we start to try and look at the things that they're doing, especially those who've made it in the upper echelons of society. And we say, oh, well, I couldn't measure up to them. Oh, well, see, they're just way better. I can't ever do that. And then we get more and more and more discouraged, more and more down the wrong path, and more into the blue pill mindset of let me just take this, shut the fuck up, fall in line, and do what the government tells me to do. Not for me, my friends. I'm here to ask you once again this morning, are you man enough to clean your own baggage so you can get on that next flight and go complete that next mission in the next foreign land? Who's to say, who's to know? How you feeling over there, Swirl One?
I feel like I'm on a mission in a foreign land right now. You have absolutely no idea.
Huh?
You're tripping triggers. You're actually speaking my language right now, and I love it. And I'll tell you about cleaning your own baggage. This is something that's new. I wouldn't say new for a lot of people, but a lot of people don't travel like I do, and I see it all the time. You see them in the airport. They don't even know how to find their way to their plane. They couldn't tell you where the terminal is. They couldn't even tell you how to put their bag up on the top there. As a matter of fact, I see a lot of people you can tell have never been on a plane, and they are struggling when they're inside these tin cans. You know what else? I know a lot of people didn't play Tetris when they were kids. Trust when I tell you, I can tell. There's a reason why I know that. Just saying. So we talk about, are you man enough to clean your own baggage? One of the things that happens with me all the time is I always have to think ahead. I'm always traveling. Every week I'm in some different locale. And I might be doing a lot of different things. I might have meetings. I might be DJing. I might be on this show. I got a lot of different things I got to think about. So when I get up in the morning, I'm getting packed up. I think, okay, I'm going to be on the show 3 times while I'm gone. What 3 shirts am I going to wear? Right? Okay. Well, I'm going to be in there for 3 days. I've got 2 meetings. Do I have something different to wear on each one of those days? Hey, I'm going to go to the gym. Do I have my gym clothes with me as I get into that? And as you start going through all this, you start packing and throwing all these things in that suitcase. And the next thing you know, it's full, right? You're on your way. There you go. You got a full suitcase. And like Capp said, sometimes you packed it so tight, you got to like sit on it to go ahead and put it together, and make sure it's in there. And I think about that. And, you think about, hey, I'm going to be gone for 7 days. A lot of people go, well, I'm going to put 8 outfits in here for 7 days, because you never know. I might change one extra time. Or if you go to Vegas, 5 days could mean 10 outfits, because you change 3 or 4 times a day in Vegas. This is the way things are, right? You start your day one way and you end it the other way. So you might find that you have a ton of things inside your suitcase. Well, that's what happens when you leave. That's what you're taking along with you. So when you get there, what are you going to do when you arrive? Are you picking up any souvenirs? Are you grabbing any knowledge? Are you getting any experiences from where you are? How do you get those back? How are you planning on getting those back? Because are you thinking, well, I barely got everything here. I'm going to buy all this stuff and I'll put it inside this bag. I'm going to try to take it back. Do you think that'll fit? No, you're going to be bursting at the seams. As a matter of fact, you're probably going to put that thing to TSA on the other side. You're going to see it come out with opened up and stuff everywhere, which I have seen as well. So I always ask, how do you get your experiences home? Did you leave yourself space or room? Did you leave yourself space or room for today and how you handle your day? Are you making room for new opportunities or new things you might see there? And I was thinking about this because I went to Tokyo this year, and I went to Tokyo knowing that I did so much different research on it. And I knew I was going to have to pack light, because I knew once I got there, more than likely, as a matter of fact, 100% of my thought was, I'm buying another suitcase when I get there, because I'm going to buy so much stuff. I'm going to have so many things. I'm going to need to ship something back. So I said, well, I'm going to check a bag there. I'm going to fill all my stuff in this bag. And if everything I need for the 5, 6, well, it was actually 8 days that I was there, I can put it in this suitcase. But everything I buy, I'll go and get another suitcase and I'll ship that back. So I made sure I made room for those experiences. And let me tell you, I went and found a suitcase. It was like the last day I was there to go and pack it up. And I still had to zip it up because there was so much stuff there. I picked up so much experiences and so many things. So are you buying a new suitcase every time you go somewhere else? Are you leaving room for what you actually have that's important out there? Not just the trip, but the actual journey you're going to be on. That's a big one there. And I always think about this. People always say, oh, my plate is full. I got too much on my plate right now. Well, it's because they never left room for anything. They were hungry when they got to the table, but they didn't realize that there was so much there. They didn't have any room for anything else. And that's one thing you talk about, the gym rats, and anybody so there's something that a business client of mine will ask when I bring a new person in to meet him, whether that's somebody that's working with me or somebody I'm getting to work with him. He always asks the question, and he's got golf all over his entire office. But the guy doesn't play golf, and I take that back. He loves the game, plays the game. He's horrible at it. So he'll always have all this stuff around master stuff. There's things like that all over. And then they'll sit there, and the person in there will get all excited, like, oh, wow, this guy likes golf. Look at this. Let me talk about golf. He does it on purpose. And the guy, oh, so you're a golfer. And he's like, oh, I dabble in the game a little bit. And then, what, you like golf? And he looks right at him. And the answer to that question tells the man everything he needs to know, because golfers like to brag about their game, and they'll sit there all day long. Oh, I love golf. Oh man, I played TPC Sawgrass over there and, shot a 64 or this, that, and the other thing. My handicap is only 1, or I'm a scratch golfer or whatever. As soon as that's happened, that guy looks at me like, you sure this is the right guy? Because the first thing he says is golf takes a lot of time. And if you're going to be a scratch golfer, or if you're going to have a handicap, you spend a lot of time on that game. So if you're spending so much time on that game, when do you work? When do you work? That's why when I look at people that are really massive, big, I think it's great that you have the biggest muscles in the world or whatever. But I always ask, okay, you're working on that so much. What's your bank account look like? When do you work? When do you save money? Or are you always just constantly going to the gym trying to show your gains out here, right? Where's that happening? So you got to be careful. The golf question is powerful. You should always ask yourself that question when you're getting ready for a trip. Hey, am I a good golfer on this? Am I being a steward of what I'm supposed to be doing? Or am I paying too much attention to the game and not enjoying the scenery at the golf course when I'm looking over TPC Sawgrass, or I'm over at the Wailea and I'm looking over all of these beautiful cliffs with ocean on the sides? And I've played those golf courses and I am horrible at golf. I'm okay with it, but I love to go out there and swing the club because I'm not afraid of going out there and soak up the experience. I don't have to hit perfect and I don't have to be perfect every day. But I know this, I do pack my baggage on a daily basis for the trip. And then when I get there, I have enough room to take back. And it, just like this one here, I left some room here because somebody told me they had some tamales for me. So guess what? There's some room at their baggage over there so I could bring some tamales back. Last time, somebody said they had some Blantons for me. So guess what? You can't take Blantons back to the check-in, the carry-on, so you got to check it in. So there was room for that. Are you making room for the things that are coming to you, the blessings that are coming, the gifts that you're getting from your journeys? Or are you just taking all the things from your house along with you and hoping that you're going to find something inside of there that's going to make your day better?
Wowza. Wow. Yeah, we're on the same page this morning, Swirl One. I would certainly say so. I would certainly say my triggers have been tripped as well over here as you're going on. You know, you're talking about space for new opportunities, right? It just hit me. That's the reason why people don't see new opportunities, is because all they're focused on is the negative. All they worry about is the negative. All they have time for is the negative. So that's all they continue to see. So if you can at least just be neutral, maybe you might start to see the opportunities. And if you can fuck around a couple times and get a little positive, maybe you might see a few more. Huh? What type of perspective is that? Just a little something extra there on top. My bells are going off of my head. I got smoke shooting out of my ears. Holy shit, this makes sense. It's all coming together. And I love that golf analogy, dude. That right there is some woo. Because as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a 7 handicap on VR. And I just shot 11 under last night at Wolf Creek. But then you started talking about it. I was like, okay, scratch out that note. Never mind. Forget it. Okay, I didn't. Oh, shit. Fuck. Hell, he's calling me out right now. Whoa. But then I started thinking about it a little more. All right, now it is VR golf. I don't go to the driving range 72 times. I don't hit 52 fucking links. I play one time a night. It takes me 15 minutes, and I make content out of it. Last night I made more content. Another video going to come out. People were giving me some good reviews on that. I'll keep doing that. However, all of these little things, what you were talking about there with that golf analogy, is what I talk about with what are you feeding yourself when you're on social media and when you're at the gym. Like I took a video of every exercise I did yesterday, slapped it in some shit on CapCut and posted it. Went great on Instagram. And I told DJ, I said, you should probably start doing the same thing, man. That'd be pretty cool. You know, you're working out anyway. You're in the gym anyway. You're wasting your time anyway. Well, you're not wasting your time. So why don't you not waste your time and just hit that record button? And now you got content for days. Oh shit, you're teaching classes now. Wouldn't it be great if you just set the phone up in the corner of the room and just hit the record, let everybody know in the class, hey, I'm recording this, whatever. Don't show your boobies or anything. Don't date. Just be careful. Just be funny about it, right? And then just let the thing go. And then now you got an hour worth of just raw footage that you can break down and put music behind and a little quote, whatever. Get out of the box. Think of how you can continue to add what you're already doing. How can you improve upon it? I'm already doing these things in my life. How can I make money off of it? How can I turn it into a business? How can I reach out to somebody who already does it to say, hey, how far can this go? What's up with this? Do you know more about this? Is there something I'm not seeing? And then all of a sudden, you got more tools in your tool bag. You got more golf clubs in your golf bag. You got more people who want to go golfing with you because it's not always just on your mind all the time. You got a little here, a little there, a little everywhere. Those 4 or 5 things. I don't know, man. Tripping triggers left, right, and center for me. I hope everybody's out there listening right now getting some triggers tripped because this one right here this morning, Swirl One, I I wish you would have been here when Rico was here, man. Are you man enough to clean your baggage? We got to have him back sometime on the show and have you ask him some questions too, because he's a kid that I went to college with and did some fucking up just like I did. Got some addiction, some shit happened in his life. And he said one day, man, I was sick of my shit. And I realized I had to be man enough to clean my own baggage. And what that means is going and talking to your mom while she's crying her eyes out how much she fucking hurt you. Going and talking to your little brother, or how much you hurt her. Going and talking to your little brother and realizing that you were a failure and you haven't been there for him as a big brother. Realizing that your dad doesn't look at you as the son that he thought you would be. And cleaning all that fucking baggage and now being all of those things. You can go down that path. You can fuck up, but sometimes you got to man up. And most people don't man up.
It's true, bro. And I tell you, when you do clean your own baggage, and I had to do it myself too, and I've talked about it, those are all the things that when you think about it back in time, the way you treated somebody, the way something happened, you get that little hair that stands up on the back of your neck. You're like, oh, man, I just cringe worthy. That's when you have to do something. When that happens, one of three things needs to happen. Either if you can't go back and apologize for it for whatever reason, you need to forgive yourself for it, right? So there's two. And the third one is if you got to get in front of somebody, make sure you're genuine when you tell them, hey, man, I probably made you feel this way or that way. And I reflected on it because you know what? Truth be told, that person probably forgot about that and hasn't brought it up or thought about it in any way, shape, or form until you said something. And then all of a sudden they're like, wow, I remember that. But you know what happens is people realize it was weighing on your mind and your soul, and they have pity on that. And they're like, you know what? It's okay. I forgive you. So therefore, you're going to get forgiven. Or you're going to get somebody who closed the door on it. And well, at that point in time, at least you said your piece and you're done, which has happened to me before. I did everything right in situations, literally to the T, and was truthful the entire time and had people cut me off because they didn't like the truth. Well, if that's the case, I don't need you in my life anyway. I'm okay with that. And I don't hold on to things of that nature. But I'll tell you, I'm constantly looking at the baggage that I'm leaving, taking, and moving around with me. And we talked about the lead balloon before. And that's a big part of it is a lot of people can't fly because they're over the weight limit because they've got this big ass lead balloon behind them as they're trying to get on the plane. And it's so amazing that people are, man, I don't know why I can't get going. I can't get moving. I can't just
give it to me, Swirl One. Fuck!
It's in this big balloon and it's so heavy back there and you're just dragging it everywhere you go. And the more that you go back there and you start talking to people about all the baggage that's in there, you start letting go of that baggage, you start replacing it with helium. And all of a sudden that balloon starts to take flight. And the next thing you know, you start walking and you got a balloon over your head. You don't even feel it anymore. Have you seen those pranks where somebody grabs like a paper clip and puts the balloon under somebody's belt loop? They don't even know it's there. It's so light as a feather. They're walking around. I've seen guys do it to their wives so they can see them inside the convenience stores as they're wandering around or the shopping centers. So I've seen this actually happen. The lead balloon theory is a big one for me. And I got to tell you, I had some lead balloons, a few of them. And I have had them in the form of family. I've had them in the form of friends. I've had them in the form of Swirl's messes that he's had to clean up. And I went back and if I could not empty out that lead balloon, I found a way to cut that sucker off because you know what? It was holding me back. It was keeping me from running. It was keeping me from flying. And that's why now when I see something start to gain a little bit of weight back there, oh, let me tell you, I'm quick to say, hey, hold on. Let me unpack. Let me repack and make sure that I've got this journey set up right so I can make it home with the least amount of checked baggage as possible.
Yeah, man. You just turned me up. Holy shit. How this all just came full circle. I hadn't even thought about the lead balloon, dude. Holy cow. I might have to bring that back. We might have to do that one time here for the one time. We got one in. But maybe I save for like a Monday show. We got shitloads of people in here. Just big old stream. Do something crazy. Who's to say? Who's to know? Man, that right there. Ooh! Ooh, fill it with a little bit of helium. The truth hurts. Who's to say? Who's to know? Maybe we've been telling you a lot of truths this morning. Maybe you've been feeling like we've been talking directly to you. Well, hey, that's a you problem, not an us problem. Maybe you know now what you got to do. Who's to say? Who's to know? But speaking of what you got to do, I know what we got to do is we got to keep this proverbial showboat surfing through the waves of change because boy, oh boy, do we seem to just start really diving down some rabbit holes once we get into the second segment of the day. And next thing I look up and it's doggone 30 minutes after the top of the hour, baby. And I say, wait, where has the time gone? So we are going to get this boat. No. we are going to get off the boat as it just took us over to Launch Island and get on to the rocket ship of perspective. And we are about to blast off with no reverse gears or rear view mirrors into the skies of change as we get into your second segment of the day. Once we get up there, we'll probably notice it's pretty doggone flat, baby. Who's to say, who's to know in your reaction refinery? Got you one time. Who's to know how to just little slide in there for the
just
show?
so you know, I'm a scratch golfer. In other words, scratch that off and put a lower number.
I like that perspective. I like the way you think over there, Swirl One. Yeah, I'm golfing good in VR, but I feel like if I show up on the links, it might be a
whole different ball game.
I'm not all too keen on doing that right here at this point in time. However, here we are, my friends, back live in prime time for your second second segment of the day here on episode 632 of Forge and Fuel, baby, December the 18th, 2024. And we're going to keep you waking up like never before. This time we got 4 clips coming your way of the inspirational variety. We got a man who everybody knows, a man who some people may know, a man who very few people probably know at all, and a man who probably nobody knows. So this right here is just going to be a hodgepodge of all types of good stuff. We're going to start off with a man that everybody knows. He owns a media company, a sports company, a few other companies. He's an entrepreneur, a content creator, a podcaster, a thought provoker, a motivational speaker on other stages. He does a lot of things. Inspired me to take my leap long time ago, or at least just start to figure out what the hell was he even talking about. His crazy short little Czechoslovakian Russian fella, talks about his dad in the wine business. He likes wine. What is that? His last name?
Vaynerchuk.
Vaynerchuk, that's right. Gary V. Here this morning to join us, ladies and gentlemen, and give us some damn good perspective on what everybody wants. They wanna be somebody.
No, one day I'm going to be somebody. You'll know when I... Please look at my face. You're somebody now.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yeah. That's the game. I was somebody long before people knew who I was, and I believed in that. You're somebody now, Letitia.
Believe it.
It's like that lady I talked to the other day at the Chili's. Hopefully you're tuning in. I saw her the other day and she recognized me. So hopefully she is tuning in. But I remember sitting there and she was talking about her family and how their families are legacy and all these different things. And I think people, I think they step back into whatever position they're in and they say, hey, this is all I can do, or this is what I am. And I remember looking at her dead in her face and saying, you're powerful. You can do something amazing. She looked at me like nobody's ever said that to me before. Literally, the look was, why are you saying this to me? Nobody's ever said that to me. And I sit there and think about it. I'm like, why wouldn't you say that to somebody? They are powerful. They do something better than you do at something. They're very good at something and you don't know what that is. And if they put their mind to it, they can move mountains and frequencies around them to make the energies become what they want. I've done it. I've seen other people do it. And I tell you, just like Gary just now said, I've always believed in myself. Always. When my mom didn't believe in me, I still believed in me. When my dad thought I was a fuck up, I still believed in me. When my brothers thought I was crazy, I still believed in me. When my teachers said, oh man, he's good, he just got to apply himself, I still believed in me. When I was in jail, I believed in me. I still do to today. I don't care what happens out there. I get up every day knowing that I have the shot because of who I am to make this day amazing. So every day I get up, I am a force to be reckoned with. I am someone.
Yeah, man. You don't have to wait to be, I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to make it. I think that's when everything started to change, when I got out of that mindset of I'm gonna get there. Why does that idiot keep getting that opportunity? That asshole doesn't even measure up to me. He can't even hold my jock, and why is he getting that chance? What the fuck? And then I started to just say, you know what? Let me just believe in me. Let me realize that there are no rewards. There is no product. There is no process over product. Rather, the process is the product. Rather, it's just all about me. It's all about me believing in me falling in love with my process, my path, which is really his path. We talked about it yesterday. The journey. You're on your journey. Yeah, maybe you're trying to control it way too much. Maybe you're trying to make it seem how you want it to be, and that's not how it's supposed to be. And you're already somebody now. If you know who you are, whose you are, where you were, where you're at, and where you're going, you're doing a lot better than 99% of humming beans. And I promise you're somebody if you know who and whose you are. That's what counts. Go back to what I said yesterday. You go to the pearly gates, you say, God, I'm here. I made it. She's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant. I got a nice couch for you. She's going to say, who are you? You never knew me while you were down there. Why should I let you into my home? You wouldn't let a stranger come in and eat your food for no reason. You better start getting on your knees now. There it is, my friends. Your first clip of the show. You're somebody now. Woo! Gary V. Shout out. Another clip here, right? That is of the equally respected poppin' Mariah Day. And the second clip here comes from a podcast that I'm a pretty big fan of. They have some high-level questions, high-level answers, thoughts, provoking. This guy here was part of another podcast. This stuff happened, and then all of a sudden he said, I got to go start my own. This man here goes by the name of George Janko. And he has the George Janko podcast. If you don't know, you won't know. Pretty doggone good show. I've pretty much a few episodes. See somebody who's a fan. But George is here this morning to give us great perspective on anxiety and gratitude.
Study that I found pretty exciting. They said the part of your brain that you get anxiety from is the same part of your brain that has gratitude. You can't be grateful and anxious at the same time. It won't work. It's the same brain. So then in the Bible where it goes, instead of being anxious, be grateful. Yeah. I was like, dude,
it's so, when you told me that,
crazy to think that they were calling out legitimate things that scientists have found out about.
Bro, telling you. We talked about it. You said it a million times. If you're living in the past, living in the future, all of that, right? That's why you're fearful. That's why you're anxious. It's because of where you're living, where your mindset is at that point in time. And I tell you, there's a lot of people out there that just live on that fear of everything that's about to happen, or they're anxious over everything that has happened and hasn't come to fruition at this point. At this time and juncture in my life, and even in Capp's life, we're both in the hallway. But we could possibly have every reason to be anxious about something. We could immediately do that. It doesn't matter when we get up. We could be, oh my gosh, what's going to happen today? How am I going to make this happen? Oh my gosh, what happens in a month? What happens in 3 months when this keeps going? But you know what? We know this. We get up every day, just starting today the best way we know how, with gratitude. And I called Capp the other day, and I had the most crazy day. I got to tell you, it was insane. And I mean, it tested every bit of my mettle. And I mean, everything I had, from perseverance to patience to kindness to literally giving myself a second. I had so many frogs. As a matter of fact, when I called to tell Capp about it and start talking about it, a frog popped right on. I was like, okay, but I got to call you back. There's a frog right here. Right. And it didn't stop right then. And I could have packed it all in and gotten mad that day. But I tell you what, the one thing I did was I got down on my knees and I prayed and I gave thanks to God, because I am so lucky to have the level of problems that I have, because most people would fold when they would see the problems that I deal with. And I smile the whole way through. I'm thanking God for the opportunities, and thank God for the challenges, and thank God for everything that's happened today, even if it's not the perfect day. You know why? Because I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to handle those challenges. I've built my mental to be able to take on any of those challenges, and they're never going to hurt me. You can't hurt a super soldier. That's what they don't understand, Capp.
You can't hurt a super soldier, Swirl One. You are. I'm listening to everything you're saying.
I know you are.
And there's just so much good shit happening in what our show's doing right now. I saw 8 Ma in there, and then I just happened to scroll right here, and somebody said, "I wish I had a setup to sit and chat with people like you guys. My brain is way too deep for the people around me. It's lonely." There's so many people out there like that, and they're just not surrounded with the right people that are thinking like this, that are moving and shaking in the right direction. And this wasn't even where I was going to go. I just saw that, and it's just like, man, people are reaching out, crying out, needing people like this and needing these messages. And it's just so important to speak this shit and be real and raw and open and realize, I mean, have you ever thought about that? That anytime you're anxious, you're not grateful, and anytime you're grateful, you're not anxious? It's that simple. And George referenced the basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's what his show is very based on the Bible and a lot of stuff. They go real deep into that. And he's referencing Philippians 4, verse 6 through 7. And just listen to this. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, which guards your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, check this out. This is what you got to understand. Do not be anxious, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving. That's the 2 words that you need. With thanksgiving, not getting on my knees. He's saying, "Oh, my life's so bad. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh." Because that's when everybody prays, right? Shit's hitting the fan. "Oh my gosh, I need you." I only talk to God when I need a savior. Jelly roll. Every moment, by prayer and petition, not just in prayer, not just when you hit your knees, but every moment of the day, on shows, when you have interactions with people, when he's stirring in your heart and telling you to share me. Hey, share me right now. Talk to me. I'm right here right now. Are you going to have this petition that you believe, that you still believe in you, that you still believe in me, that you still believe in the journey? Come on. And are you grateful for it? Even though I know right now I'm putting you through some stuff. He knows he is. But the only reason he's putting you in stuff is to help you realize that you don't need to be anxious and you can make it through those things. And all it that relies on is you being grateful and having a relationship with him. It's that simple, my friends. To get out of anxiety, you get into gratitude. And not enough people are comfortable with gratitude because it's so cliche, maybe bad. Final thought on this. My calendar, my dry erase calendar, every single day. Before I go to bed, I don't cross out the day. I put something that I'm grateful for. And you better believe Swirl One and DZ are the first 2 of this fucking month. Because I know what fucking things are coming around the corner on the another end of this month. And I also realized where I was at the beginning of this month last year. And it certainly wasn't fucking here. I'll tell you that. Maybe some things haven't changed, but the most important thing has changed. Me. And that's what it all comes down to. And I pray that you guys can be in this same mindset too. If you're not already, if you're not like the Chris Oswald that's finally taking a leap of faith and not being a little bitch no more, I hope you guys find that energy too. And that's why we do what we do, man.
Bro, they need to start their prayers with, "Lord, thank you," instead of, "Lord, please help me."
Every single time, man. Every single time. Before, man, we could talk all day on this one. Before every single meal, I say a prayer. And, it's just not only to bless the food, but it's an opportunity to slow down. We're here, we're sitting down, we're taking a moment. And there's a traditional prayer in Catholic churches, "Bless these gifts that we're about to receive through the bounty of Jesus Christ. Amen." It just feels cheap. It just feels really cheap and quick. Right? So I changed it. And the first time I said it to my mom, she just looked at me. She was like, "Whoa." I say, "Bless these gifts that I'm about to receive, and I continually receive, and I will always receive in abundance through the bounty of Jesus Christ. Amen." How deep do you want to go? How connected do you want to be? How far do you want to take your life? Because I promise you, you start tapping into the basic instructions, woo, it'll take you far before you leave this earth. Who's say, who's no? But it's time for the third clip of this second segment of this fine show. Woo! I'm on fire today, Swirl One. This time we say hello, and you're on fire today too, not just me. I mean, the forge is hot. The forge is hot. Woo! This man here, we've seen him before, but it's been quite a few episodes since he's knocked on our door. So joining us this morning, a man who you've maybe not even heard of, maybe you didn't even see that clip, maybe you haven't really seen him around at all, but he's got a podcast, he guest appears, he does a lot of stuff on the timeline. Mr. Sean Wallen, the man, the myth, the legend himself, here this morning to give us a perspective that we've talked about before on this show. But I like to reopen some rabbit holes from time to time, maybe get a little additional insights as we get his thoughts on needing or getting.
Dear friend of mine explained a word to me that really changed the way that I look at things. He said, instead of saying I need to do something, you get to do something. I have to go do something. I get to go do something. I'm thinking a lot about that. The concept around like us being able to get to do something is wildly different than saying I need to go to the gym. When you start thinking about going, I get to go to the gym. I get to go to work. I get to go travel. I get to go do these things. I get to go spend time with my lover or my kids or whatever. Change up the idea for a second that you have to or that you need to, and take those two words out and replace them with get. I get to go to the gym. I promise you it's going to shift your mindset a significant amount. You get to have this life. You get to have this day. You get to have this opportunity. You get to.
You get to, man. It's not a have to. Oh, I have to wake up this morning. I got a chance to wake up this morning. Oh, I got to wake up. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Oh, I get an opportunity to wake up at 5 a.m. I get a chance to open my 2 gifts tomorrow morning. Oh, I got to go hit legs. Oh, I get to hit legs and make my old chicken legs a little bit thicker than they are today. Oh, I got to go to work. Oh, I get to put food on my table. Oh, I get to support my family. You know, it's simple gratitude. It is just simple gratitude for what you have and just being neutral about it. And then eventually getting positive about it instead of being negative like everyone else. The I need to or I get to. I have to or I get to. And if you start changing that mindset, you're going to feel goofy with all these things if you don't already do them, but you start doing them and you realize the only reason you feel goofy is because you're so damn negative, so down the wrong path that you don't even realize what positivity looks like anymore. That's why this shit is so cliche and there's toxic positivity. There's no such thing as too much positivity. Just some people can't tap into it. People can't see it because all they know is negative from their movies and their shows and their social media and their news outlets and their family and their friends. And they wonder why they can't get positive.
Bro, I'm telling you, the whole need to thing, I've heard people all the time say, I need to go to work. I need to go to the grocery store. I need to go to the gym. It bugs me, like always. I'm so excited. And I said it yesterday. It's one of those things where I'm not looking at, hey, I need to go do my walk. Well, like I said yesterday, I know people who can't walk, who used to be able to walk, who can't walk anymore. I get to go walk and they don't. So I'm going to walk for them and then some. I'm going to keep doing those kind of things. This show, you think I'd get every day and say, oh, I have to do the show. I have to get up and do that. No. I go to bed because I get to get up early and I get to do this show. When my alarm goes off, do you think, yes, the I don't knows happen, but at the same time, the second I think there, I'm like, I got to get up. Why? Because I just get the show going. I got to get this day going. I got to get it going. This is it's up to me to make my life, my excitement, my own energy. A lot of people don't even get into that because they're just needing to do things. They're needy people. Everything is needy no matter what. They don't look around like, man, look how great I have it. Look how good things are. They're just needing the next dopamine rush, the next little thing that's going to give them what we talk about, pleasure. right? That's what they're looking for. They're looking for that next little thing. And I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for fulfillment. Every single day I get up and I know that if I don't find what I'm looking for today, that what I did will get me closer to where I need to be. And it's not one of those things I have to do, because I don't have to do it. And if I don't do it, nobody's going to yell at me about it. That's the one thing you got to understand about me. There's nobody telling me when to get up, when to go, when to get out, when to get to work, when to make dinner, when to do all these things. I have to have it inside myself to intrinsically understand that all of these things I get to do are a blessing. And a lot of people out there would kill to be able to do the things that I do, even if I find them monotonous, or I find them boring, or I find them as not very fun. Hell, like I talked about earlier, you know how many people have never been on a plane and haven't gone to a place like Fargo, and they're, what's Fargo like? Well, I can bitch about it a little bit, but I tell you, I get to go there a lot, and there's a lot of cool things. Have you ever seen the wood chipper? It's a real thing. They're like, what? I'm like, you don't understand. I get to do this all the time.
Hell yeah, man. It's a great mindset for sure. And I saw Angel comment in the chat. I get to work
Christmas Day.
Yeah. I'm working Christmas too.
Hey, let me tell you something about that. And I don't mean to cut you. Please forgive me.
It's tripped.
But I've said it a million times, and I think I said it on this show on Thanksgiving. Thank you to those people who do go to work on those holidays. So people like me who don't have family can get some things from other places. The people that are at the gas stations, the people that are at the grocery stores, the people that are at the coffee shops. Thank you. And I don't care where you're at. And I'm not saying that's where Angel is, but whatever you're doing on Christmas Day, you're providing a service. You get to serve people today who may not have any other way of getting things done like me. I don't have a wife to go and fix all this stuff. I'm so excited for people who make me where the turkeys come? We have the ducks. They're Chinese turkeys.
Chinese turkeys, bro. That's the year we learned about Chinese turkey. And yeah, I have a tradition. Christmas, usually I will sit on my couch, or sit on my floor rather, and have a whole spread of Chinese food on a blanket and just sit and watch A Christmas Story and love my life and be gluttonous. However, there's still going to be some things happening. And maybe we don't have the show on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and give you guys some time to travel and be with your family and stuff. I'm still going to be working. So we're going to be taking care of stuff. There's still things on my plate. I got list a million long, and I can't show you the other side of them, or else you might zoom in and know secrets to what's coming around the corner. But I got lists everywhere, okay, people? I got fucking lists everywhere. My plate is full. My cup is full. And I'm just out here trying to spread those same vibes and give everything I have into what we're doing here. And that's why you've been seeing me more on the timeline, more videos. Even just the last couple of days, you're like, damn, Capp's out here a lot more often. What the fuck's going on? I told you, I'm fucking serious. We're here, and we're here to make it clear. Who's to say, who's to know? But my friends, we have one more clip for the second segment on this here show to wrap it all the way up. And this one's a little longer. This one's about 2 minutes. What's fucking 2 minutes? I mean, fucking.
You get to watch this.
TikTok brains out there, for crying out loud. This guy who put this video out in the caption, it said, "I know this one's 2 minutes." That was the first thing it said. "But please watch it all." People can't even watch a 2-minute long video even anymore on Instagram or TikTok. It is uncanny what those apps have done to our brains. So take a moment. We're going to watch a little bit longer of it. It's only 2 minutes. I mean, it's not like it's the rest of your life. As we get visited by Coach Frank Dick. Talk about a name right there, my
Frank Richard.
Woo! It's Big Frank Dick. Old Big Frank Dick. I tell you what, talk about a name right there. I guess he is a coach of all coaches, though. This guy, you look him up. He is a dog. And he's here this morning to give us a little perspective and tell us what is winning.
She's 9 years of age and she wants to go to run 100 meters. And I worked with her for a few weeks. She goes to her first race. She lines up with another 7 kids. On your mark. Set. Bang. Runs down the track. Hurls herself at the line. 8 out of 8. In 18 seconds. Comes back. "Oh, Mr. Dick, I was last." "No, you weren't last." "Yes, I was." "You were. 18 seconds. "What do you mean?" "Well, you've smashed the 20-second barrier. And I had you down for 19 seconds. You're a whole second faster than that. Do you know what this means?" "No, this means it's your lifetime best performance. Your own personal world record." "Really?" "Yes. And in some ways you're a first." "What do you mean?" "You're the first athlete I've ever coached who's run 18 seconds for the 100 meters. Now listen, in a few weeks' time, She's got another race. What does she think winning is now? If she does 17.9, she'll grab a flag and she'll run around the track. Because that's what winning is. Winning is being better today than you were yesterday. Every day. And if she keeps on working at that, in a few weeks' time, she's fighting with other kids to get to the line. And you might think to yourself, well, surely winning now, Frank, is beating them. Not if it's in 19 seconds, it's not. Or we've killed our definition. The reason you go into tough arenas in life is to be challenged to perform better. You cannot perform better if you're not challenged. Listen, you don't learn to climb mountains in life by going round them or asking somebody for a ladder. You learn to climb mountains by climbing mountains, by seeking out the really toughest challenges, because that makes you perform better. When you keep on going at that, one day you'll be a one and only. But the truth is, she always was, is, and will be. She's...
Bro, I'm telling you, and it's one of those things I keep talking about. Keep putting your todays together. I talk about it over and over again every single day. We talk about the $8 coffee. It's really amazing. And this is something that maybe you understand or don't understand, but we talked about this last week. I'm maxing out my IRA this week and doing all I can. People are like, it's not that much. Well, it's not. It's 250 here, 250 there. But let me tell you something. If you've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, you realize that all of a sudden the 250 becomes 5K, 10K, 30K real quick. And it all starts by just reminding yourself, hey, yeah, I'm a little bit better today. Yeah, I can't save money, but let me start with this $250. And then in 3 or 4 months, that small little $250 becomes a comma. Then all of a sudden it gets 5 digits. And again, you're just better than you were yesterday on it. You're not doing anything crazy. You're not trying to outrun anybody. Yeah, you'll be a millionaire one day if you want to by doing so. But the one thing I'll say about that, and what this guy says, and I love it, is stop trying to compete and look at everybody else and saying, I want the guy that's got this. I want everything they have. I don't want anything anybody else has. I don't. I'm sorry. Because I want to be able to say I got it. I want to be able to say I worked for that. I want to be able to say that no matter what, every single day I got better. I saved $1 more. I worked a little bit harder. I did one more rep. I showed up to the show one more time. Every single time I stack a win, it makes me better. I become better. I don't need to be first place. As a matter of fact, no matter what I do, I'm never going to be the best of the best. But I could be the best Swirl One that's ever been, because nobody can do what I can do.
And that's what he was talking about, being a one-on-one, man. You can try to emulate, imitate, be whoever you want in this life, but you can only be the second best version of them. So you can just try to be the best version of you, right? And I wrote down, you learn to win small, then you win big. And winning small is just getting 1% better every day, realizing what true winning is, realizing that you don't learn to climb mountains without actually climbing mountains. And you're not going to realize you climb the mountain until you start getting 3/4 of the way up the son of a bitch. You say, whoa, I've been climbing this thing. Holy hell. Wow, that's way down there. But you know what? That peak's close. Fuck it. I'm not going down. All right, we're doing it. Let's rock. Who cares? We're going to keep going. That's the only way you keep going up there. And maybe you miss a handhold. Maybe your foot slips a little bit. It's going to happen. But that's why you got people climbing with you. That's why you got people right by your side who stick your ass right back on that mountain and say, keep climbing. Don't you dare slide back down. Don't you dare go back to whence you came from. This is your destiny, not back down there. That's the type of stuff I'm trying to do. Learn to win small, then you win big. Who's to say, who's to know? There's your 4 clips of the day, my friends, on your second segment of this fine morning show. Shout out to Gary V, George Janko, Sean Wallen, and the one and only Coach Frank Dick. We appreciate the hell out of you 4 amazing human beings bringing those perspectives to this show and helping us continue to flow. But it's time to get into the final segment of this show. It's time to connect with you, the live viewer. I've been seeing that live chat go crazy all morning long. So if you got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, and you ain't got in there yet, well, now is your opportunity. As we get into the third and final segment of the day, your answers from the Anvil. Okie dokie artichokes. Time to get into the final segment of the day. Your answers from the Anvil here on episode 632 of Forge and Fuel on this beautiful Hump Day, December the 18th, 2020. Oh, if you don't know, you won't know, but this is the part of the show where we get shifted up on the screen and we get some nice comments put below us right down there. Nah, mean. Who's to say? Yao Ming.
Yao Ming.
Yao
Big tall
Ming.
Chinese dude.
Yeah, big tall Chinese didn't get too many rings. Who's to say?
Yeah, still Hall of Fame though.
Yeah, still Hall of Fame though. Who's to know? You know, I was listening to me a little New Growth this morning. I was pretty hyped up about that. You know, a word without love don't move nobody, and true kings don't really need to rule nobody. Huh? Who's to say? Who's to know?
Just saying.
Shout out Jared Albright. Shout out G Yamazawa too. Who's to say? Who's to know? Great morning, everybody. Hope you have a great day, says Jared. Lots of emojis, hands yellow, hands heart red. Shout out to you. We appreciate you, Jared. Thanks for being on the show. Delta 24, what's up, man? Donnie, GMG to the EMF&F peeps. We appreciate you. Appreciate you being in the chat. Mama Cap, Jeff Matthews does his best work on this day. I bet no other group has a singing postman. I'm prepared to have a great day.
A singing running postman.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, he's doing more than running these days. This guy's out here slanging some weight. He was sending me some pictures back on Veterans Day, and I know he ain't got off of that pass, so I can't imagine what old Montross looks like right now. I mean, he's been getting after it. Shout out Montross, and shout out Mama Cap. We appreciate you. Love you, Mama Bear. Thanks for always being in the chat. I guess she missed yesterday's show. She said the first show in my 5 years of doing all of this, the first show she's ever missed. Couldn't believe it. She was beside herself. About fell out of the truck for crying out loud. I said, "Damn, Ma, wow, I didn't even notice. That kind of wow, shit, that's kind of crazy."
I mean, my mom hasn't even seen a show.
Yikes. Boy, oh boy, who's to say who's to know? Who's to say who's to know? Maybe we'll change that come Christmas time.
I'm not even trying.
Well, you could just show her this clip. Who's to say who's to know?
It won't matter.
Shout out Nick's Travel Vlogs. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. How you doing, Nicky boy? Hope you're having a great start to your day, my guy. There it is. One time for the one time. Jeff Oglesby, Damascus Oglesby, our guy, folding the layers, pounding it out, making a sharp weapon. GM, good sir. Hope you're having a great day down there in Missouri. Brian Live Dog Livingston. Let me tell you what. GM, Diamond Handers, GM, Live Dog. Let me tell you what. I FaceTime with this guy last night. Lives in Atco, New Jersey. You know where all them motherfucking, you know, who's to say, who's to knows are going on up there. And you do. Yo, that ain't like anything you ever seen in your life. Bro, that ain't like anything you've ever seen in your life. That is some of the craziest shit I have ever witnessed with my eyes, and I couldn't even see it clearly because we were on FaceTime. That shit's bananas, bro. That the biggest psyop ever. We're gonna talk about that tonight. Oh!
You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Who's to say, who's to know? I'm telling you what. I mean, perfect. Just pew, 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 pew. It is nothing like you have ever seen before. It is, you cannot comprehend. You think you know what you're seeing on the news, and he's driving along, he sees one, back about my life. Brother, you're sitting there, and it is just and they're all going the same fucking direction, all look the same. It's weird. It is weird. Who's to know? Shout out Live Dog. Appreciate you being my UFO connection, man. Boots on the ground. Oh, baby, it's been crazy. Shout out to you, Livy Dog. We love you, man. Angel SD. Shout out Mr. Pecuero and Miss Martha, if she's around, if you're still at the house. Crush the day, Diamond Hand fam. Hope you crush the day too, big dog over there on the West Coast. Mrs. Metal in the chat with her usual morning perspective. Great morning, fam. Remember, as you go about your day, who you belong to, and remember that you are enough. If you can't see it, go to the mirror and play my favorite clip from Cool Runnings and repeat it. I see pride, power, and a badass mother who don't take no shit out of nobody. Sanka, you alive, man? Nah, man.
That's a good movie. That's
I gotta throw on some Cool Runnings, bro.
That's a good movie.
I'm freezing my Royal Rastafarian nenes off out here. Oh, man. That's one of my favorites, dude. Shout out, Mrs. Metal. Appreciate you. Our guy, DJ Moon, Jason Wigman in the chat. Hey, fam. What's up, Big Moons? Shout out to you. Appreciate you starting your day here at Forge and Fuel, baby. G to the M. To the M. Grammy P, GM, GP. Great morning, fam. Let's crush this day. Be kind. Blessings to all. Blessings right back to you as always. Can't wait to see you in 2 days. Woo! I got the red carpet rolled out at the old Diamond Hand Production Studios, ready for the queen to walk in. Who's to say? Who's to know? Shout out GP. Who else we got? Little JK, big time. Crush the day, everyone. Crush the day. Right back to you, JK. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Thanks for all your perspective and support of the fam. Slugbug, morning, y'all. Remember, you are the sparkle that shines bright in the world. Damn straight, so bright they don't even know what time of day it is when we're around, Sluggy Buggy. Today is a new day full of possibilities and opportunities. Your worth is priceless, and your love is invaluable. Woo-wee! You know, I was listening to Tommy G. McGee last night. And if you don't know Tommy G, he's a documentary guy. He does a lot with the gangs and the fentanyl and all the crazy shit and goes to jails. Great shit. And he does an amazing, drops it every Tuesday. And he was with the GDs in Memphis yesterday. And this faction of them were talking they were just totally different. And they were talking about this new movement and everything they're doing. And Tommy G said, you know, right now, I am really pushing this thing of radical love. Like if we can just be radical loving, maybe all this hate, all this violence, like, you know, all these young cats who are out there, especially in Chicago, just 12, 13, 14 years old, shooting each other because that's all they know, taking a life. A kid senselessly has so much left to live when maybe they've just never known love. They've never known what it truly means to be loved by a mother, by a father, by a brother. All they've ever known is loved by the streets and people who don't want the best for them. So if we could just bring radical love to this world and show people what it means to love, and even if that is approaching and saying, hey, young dog, hey, young bull, this ain't how it goes. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait, hey, hold on. Before you two start slugging it out, hold on. You see how you two are about to start fighting right now and everybody else is recording, laughing? They're laughing at you. I know you guys have seen that video going around on the internet before. Guy breaks up that fight. They're laughing at you, bro. What are you doing? Show a little love. Maybe this whole world could change. Who's to say? Who's to know? Trip my trigger there, Slugbug. I appreciate you, young lady. Who else we got out there, D's? Another Mrs. Metal comment perspective. Damn, Swirl One. That's one hell of a perspective on the game of golf. Never thought about it that way. I didn't either. That one smacked me in the soul too, Mrs. Metal. Shout out to you. JK Big Time with a little perspective bomb. We're all designed for greatness. It's just that only a few actually believe. If you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Facts. Be your own hero, baby. Be your own hero.
Short and sweet. All the time. Fire, flame, heat. Oh, we got a little 8 Ma in the building. Little 8 Ma in the building. GM Ma. Great to see you. GM you, legend. Man, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for sliding in the chat. JK Big Time, 100% Swirl One. We smile in the face of adversity, man. Ain't no thing, baby. Shout out. Appreciate you, JK. What a guy. Chris Oswald, mother. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap. Judge each day by the seeds that you sow. Damn right, don't you know? Oh, you wouldn't plant a seed and dig it up every 5 minutes to see if it was growing or not. So just keep watering it. And maybe you planted a bamboo seed, and it's going to be a big, beautiful bamboo forest like what Swirls One's got in the back of his doggone picture. Who's to say, who's to know? I don't want a little thorny, nasty bush. I want a big, beautiful bamboo forest. That's what I'm going after out here. Shout out, Mr. Oswald. Mighty proud of you, dog. Keep crushing the damn game. Mr. Motion live in the chat just got done slaying a little lightweight at the gym. Shout out, Mr. Harper. Courage is doing something hard, knowing it may hurt. So is stupidity. Make sure you learn from it. There's a fine line between genius and idiocy. Ooh, you got to know how to toe it. Courage and stupidity. I love it, Motion. Shout out to you, man. Pride Stanford, great morning, you beautiful fucking people. Great morning, you beautiful hucking humming bean. We love you, man. Shout out to you, Pride Stanford. Our tree slaying, bread baking, amazing humming bean extraordinaire. We appreciate you, buddy guy. Our friends over at Radio Free Hub City Live. I tell you what, I can't ready for our networking meeting tomorrow either, my friend. We got lots to talk about. We got lots to dive into. If you guys didn't see Ken's new Substack, it's totally free to subscribe. He's got some new stuff he's putting out. It's pretty fucking cool. He's always sharing it in the gateway. He's always letting us know first. If you guys aren't in the gateway, you are missing out. Missing out right now. It is You can see the strobe lights flash when you walk in, and lasers, and off in the distance,
Laser
you
beams.
can hear Swirl One just spinning some decks way, and you're like, "Where's that coming from?" That's it. Wow, what man? That's a good little sound. I gotta find where that's. I'm telling you what, the vibes are hot right now. The vibes are hot. Anybody else out there, D's? I saw you shifted us back. Looking good. Okie dokie, artichoke. Well, my friends, that appears to be your 1, 2, and 3 segments of this fine morning show. Episode 632 of Fuerge and Fool is officially over. We ain't got no more insights or knowledge coming your way. Well, maybe we do as we wrap this bad boy up. But saying that, it's officially time to wrap up shop for the day. A little paper or plastic action. Put a bow on that some of my beach. Turn the open sign to close and go out into this world and apply these mindsets to turn some obstacles into opportunities, losses into lessons, and what we thought was going to be a failure, just a brand new jam chance to flourish. But before we do, a couple of things we must remind you. And we always start that by checking back in with the co-host with the Mo-host, DJ Swirl One. Any final thoughts, perspectives, comments, reminders, anything in between for episode 632?
It's the 18th. You got a week till Christmas. You got less than 2 weeks till 2025. Do you realize that? 2 weeks exactly today until 2025. So how are you going to start making some momentum? Are you going to start doing something today that's better for you? Are you going to stop doing something that's not good for you? Hopefully, whatever it is, we gave you some clarity today on baggage and what not to take on your trip, or maybe to leave some room for your trip so that you can take some of those souvenirs back with you from wherever your journey leads you, just like mine right now. It's beautiful outside. I can see it. Clear skies, very rare for this time of day and this time of year in this area. Just telling you. So I'm excited about that. And I'm going to go out and do a, 3-hour drive for a 45-minute meeting so I can have a 3-hour drive back. I get to do that. Yes, I get to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, my gosh, I can't wait. So I will see you back here tomorrow, ready to rock, ready to roll. It'll still be in the same exact locale. But then I'm going back on a tin can tomorrow. And you guys won't see me back over here, hopefully ever again, in this here Fargo space. So just telling you, I'm getting excited right now because the Windy City is calling me. Shout out to everybody who showed up today. Shout out to Cap, DZ, all the Diamond Hand fam. Looking forward to seeing all of you guys do amazing things today and catching you tuning in again tomorrow.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Shout out DJ Swirl One. We appreciate you, my guy. Vibes. Hope you have a wonderful 6-hour drive for a 45-minute meeting today. You can maybe have some additional great conversations and learn some things along the way. Who's to say? Who's to know? My phone might be free in the afternoon if you need a little chop it up, a little wrap it up. Who's to say? Who's to know? However, have a magnificent rest of your day. Your Wednesday shit.
I don't know what your mic's doing, but it's definitely struggling.
Is it struggling now?
Perfect.
Still good?
Perfect.
All right, cool. Maybe it's let me turn that off. Maybe it's just a little fucking wind blowing on it, feedback and shit. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday because you deserve it. Swirl One. Outside of that, a couple other reminders. A few other things to get you up to date on. Decoding the Divide is back tonight, live in prime time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. specifically. We will be having the amazing, beautiful, incredible, big brain young lady who goes by the name of Ari live in primetime on the show. We're here to get us all up to date on what's going on in her life. And you better believe we're talking about Chicago news, hot topics going on in the nation, and who knows what other rabbit holes along the way. So tune in for that. It'll be scheduled momentarily once we get off of this show, baby. Also, we mentioned the Gateway a handful of times. If you want to start your journey today, it's a hell of a day to do it because this is a bi-weekly networking meeting week, and you can enjoy all the perks of the Gateway 7 days for free 99, and then you can decide if you want to continue to spend your time getting better mentally, physically, and financially. Also, Mine and Shine Apparel, your winter collection is available if you didn't know, and you can get your Forge and Fuel show swag. You can get a little sweatshirt, maybe a little beanie, maybe a little t-shirt. My t-shirt's coming in very soon, so I'll be able to rock it, show you guys how sick that thing looks live in prime time. And if you're looking for the links to any of these things, maybe the Gateway, maybe Mine and Shine Apparel, maybe something GACC, potentially DHMG, whatever it might be. It's all located in this episode's description. Whatever you might need, whatever platform you're watching on, or if you're on our socials, you can also find the link in all of our bios that has everything pertinent as well. Before you get out of here, maybe hit a subscribe, turn on a notification bell, hit a like, hit a repost, hit a quote post, leave a comment, follow us again, leave us a rating. Hell, just smash the shit out of whatever buttons are currently located on your screen right now. We can't thank you enough when you do. It only helps me, this guy, the guy back there, and all of the Diamond Hand fam make this show and all the shows that fall under this beautiful DHMG umbrella bigger and better for each and every one of you. And last but certainly not least, my friends, before we officially say bye-bye for the day, we ask that you keep in mind that number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse. What? Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow. And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind that DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you for always spending your time here. We'll continue to pay back that investment.
It's an investment in time.
It's an investment in time. I just totally went just brain neutral there for a minute. My brain was in like 5th gear, and then it went just like stuck into neutral. It was like 5th. You know, sometimes you're running low on vitamins. We need some vitamins in the system right now. Who's to say, who's to know? We'll continue to pay back that investment to you and give you that high quality ROI by showing up every day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours. Bay. Appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you 1%ers, super soldiers, and most importantly, you OGs of the Diamond Hand fam. Thank you for being that. Thank you for setting the precedent that we want to see not only on YouTube, X, or Rumble, but in this entire wide world. Go continue to set that. Shine so bright they don't know what time of day it is when you're around. Help some people turn those frowns upside down until we see you next day, tomorrow. Same time, same place. It's an everyday kind of gig around here because motivation doesn't last, just like bathing. That's why we require it daily. But until we got more inspiration, motivation, and good vibration flowing your way, for Mr. Producer, DEEZY, Derek Snow, for the co-host with the mo-host, BJ Swirl One Sparks, Swirl One, and for yours truly, your host, Colton Capp Swirl One, we can't thank you enough for stopping by. We'll see you on the flip side. For now, peace and love.